All right, reward-based riding, that is what we will talk about. I am Angelica Heselius. Today's topic is looking at, with the help of my Icelandic horse Frodi, looking at what yes and no can look like in two situations, one involving saddling and one involving mounting block training. And find that his versions of no's are pretty general. Yes, the situations will be different from each horse situations and the trainer, but I find this pretty common in the reward-based training, how he expresses his nose in these video clips. And we will see versions of him taking a long time to start the next repetition or switching behavior, taking and chewing the reinforcer a little bit slower, or even he's gonna stop chewing the reinforcer entirely. And yeah, there are different reasons for all of them. It could be different reasons for, I mean, switching behaviors. Let's say we ask the horse to come towards us with their hip by raising up our hand as an aid. And we have done just too many repetitions in a row, and that outside hind leg is now tired, you know. That's a physical no. We also see here from Frodi, that's a more emotional no. And even if we can't really know what is what in each situation, to give the horse the benefit of a doubt, that's always advisable. If we care about that two-way communication and that connection getting deeper and deeper each time we train, giving the horse the benefit of a doubt is like a good idea. Yeah, and just looking at the smaller versions of no, I mean, so we can avoid the bigger ones. That's not horse friendly. If the horse has to rear, bolt, even leave the situation, or show aggressive behavior towards us, it's better for everyone and safer for everyone if we can spot the smaller versions of no. And that is what we're gonna look at today and in this video. So let's see. Here we have Frode and me. This is an older video. I will start playing it, and since our connection is better, but I think it's clear enough to show the level that we operated at here. And first you see me coming in. I paused the video. Coming in, we just set up standing on a mat. So I throw the mat on the ground, a hoof target, that is what this is, and Frodi is really good at that. I'm just asking him to stay while I go and set more things up. So he is placing himself on the mat here. I'm going back to give him a food reinforcer for just standing on the mat, which is also part of the setup here. I want an easy behavior. Frodi has really bad experience from mounting and riding in his previous life. He was really scared for that before we met, and in the beginning showed severe fear reactions when I tried to address it, which is I'm not that interested in actually riding him. Okay, it would be a good bonus. I don't actually care, but I want us to have a deeper and more meaningful two-way communication where I show that I can listen to him, and this is a part of that training. So I want an out. I want an easy behavior that I can give him food for, which is just standing here on the mat, so he doesn't feel the need to actually have to leave. He has a pause place, and we don't see it here, but he has a pause place where there is hay available. That's another option. I would consider that to be a little bit stronger no if he left to go from to that. I would have, then I really would have to have changed my training up a little bit, but I'm gonna start a video here. So now he's standing on the mat. I'm going to get the saddle, showing it to him. Mm-hmm. You see? He's even stopping chewing here. We have gone through a process where Frody touching object with his nose, starting with a brush. That is something that also was neutral to him, something that was easy and that it didn't have a previous experience with touching a brush. And I put the brush on or in close proximity in the beginning, his back. So he knows that he can start a sequence of behavior, like if I touch this object, she will put this object on my back. That is something we can teach our horses that we'll go more into another day, but that's the setup for him communicating a little bit his needs to me. And we are in early stages of this, and just been starting with the saddle. So, but you see, as soon as I go and get it, he's like stopping chewing, like disconnecting from the situation a little bit. As soon as I leave with the saddle, he's like starting chewing again, and take a look at what I do. So here I go get something simpler. Can you touch this? That's the saddle cloth, double layered saddle cloth. Okay, that's okay. And I give him a reinforcer for that, and just take it off. Give him another one. So here we see like some really clear communication to adjust me so I can make stuff easier for him. The situations when I make stuff easier, I could probably have gone even easier with the saddle cloth here, to be honest. But it worked, and I can go back and regroup and think about what can I do better next time, stuff like that, with the help of him. So we see some of the nose here, stopping chewing, disconnecting a little bit from the situation, showing a different behavior, all that in this scenario. And here we have a newer video. I think it's from last year when my colleague and dear friend Hannah from Connection Training was here, and we see exactly the same. We see both noses and yeses here, and the trainer adjusting to the level that we are working at. And of course, the setup of this situation was that Hannah and Frody worked together, I don't know, for 2 days, I think, without addressing something that is hard. They don't know each other so well at all. So of course, I want them to have like a basic level of connection before asking her to do this. But from a training perspective, I was really interested in seeing, how would this look when a completely different trainer trained with him, and how would he react? So that's what we're seeing here. They have just done a repetition of Frody docking into Hannah's hand and doing some weight shift and stuff like that. So that is a little bit of what Hannah will ask for in the beginning. So here Hannah steps up on the mountain block. Frody is like, okay, great. Are we doing this? And Hannah's gonna ask Frody to come with his hip towards her, which is in this situation something that I use a little bit the same as you saw with Frody touching the object, a little bit like a yes signal. Yes, we can work. So stepping closer to the mountain block, and you see here he comes, but he immediately takes like a half step away. He does the behavior, but then he switches back to keep the distance to the mountain block and the situation. So Hannah just asks him for nose targeting. Can you do that? We're talking a little bit about the setup and just checking. Okay, can you do what we just did? Easy, a little bit of weight shift. Can you do that? And yeah, Frody is happy enough, like interacting from this distance. And here, sorry, we want to have a look at, well, how does it look if you make stuff easier? So the solution to both this video, well, make it a little bit easier and see what it does. hello, and taking a step down, he immediately follows, taking a step closer to the mountain block and showing like, okay, this feels good. I You seem to be like a person that listens to me. Of course, I don't really know if that's what he's thinking, but his behavior at least indicate that he is like more comfortable with being closer to the mountain block with this new person, me filming, getting a new angle. So just they are just like repeating the same stuff, but now a step closer to the mountain block. And uh, in the end of this video, here we're gonna see Hannah taking a step up again, and now that level is fine for Frody. So for me, I was like beyond happy to see that he was this communicative with a new person and how well it worked. But also like the versions of yes and no that we can have a look at here, and how we can adjust our training and the criteria, the level that we're working on, and make it, I mean, in general, that's what I mean with starting giving the horse the benefit of a doubt. That's this too. Well, can't you have nothing to lose at making the situation a little bit easier and checking, was this actually the right level? And the horse will, I think, if you value connection, that is always the right thing to do. And it often, if you feel like you need to progress with one behavior, this is the fastest ways to make it a little bit easier and go from there. To keep the dialogue open, I find that that is like where we have so much left to learn from our horses and their needs, especially when it comes to emotionally hard behavior, of course. But in general, I love working with gymnastic behavior and doing more dressage stuff with my horses. And if they can tell me like how much is much for them, for me, this is just one version of also doing that. So yeah, hope it was clear enough. Tell me what you think, and if I need to clarify something. But let's leave it over to you.